Oh, what a fight. Wow. What a fight, guys. Smash the like button for me if you're new to the channel. Subscribe. Listening to the post fight interview here with Vaquero Navarrete. I'm just going to listen to what he has to say. What a fight, though. He was hurt, guys. He becomes a 3-division champion at super bantamweight, featherweight, and now super featherweight. Now Valdez meets him in the center of the ring. Wow, doesn't look like much of a height difference. Let's see what Oscar Valdez has to say. Man, what a fight, though. What's going on, Dominique Fitzgerald? Oh. What's going on, DJ Mexicano de Tejas? What a fight. Yeah, man. We got a better fight than we expected. That's for sure. At least me. I wasn't planning on going live, guys. So Oscar Valdez basically saying that their fight, which looks like it's going to be happening next, could be like a Barrera Morales type. I love it, man. I love it. It's a great fight. But credit to Liam Wilson, guys, coming all the way from Australia. And I mean, he had Vaquero out on his feet, guys. He was all but knocked out off that left hook. I mean, the legs were bad. He spit the mouthpiece out, took his sweet time putting it back in. He needed all the time he could get. He was hurt. He was badly hurt. Team Batman, exciting fight. Nice finish from Navarrete. A strong as the fight. Yeah, he got stronger. Yes, he did. Mm. Boy, what a fight we're gonna get. Oscar Valdez versus Navarrete. Oh my God. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Oh my goodness, guys. Wow. 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 Wow is all I gotta say, man. That was incredible. That was an incredible fight, man. Uh look, I was live earlier. I had Andy Vance's on. Did an interview with him. Um and I spoke briefly about this fight tonight. I just haven't had time to do my breakdowns like I like. I don't like to do Mickey Mouse stuff, guys. If I can't give it my all, I'm not going to do it, man. I just haven't had the time to do that. So that's why I didn't do a prediction for this fight. But Liam Wilson is a big guy, man. I noticed that right away. Like, man, he was good. He was big, much bigger than Navarrete. See, my man Shoeshine says, "What's up, G Funky? Just dropped by. Hell of a fight tonight. Real throwback. Yes, it was, man. Top Rank delivers again. That's 2 fights in a row where we've got fireworks. See, really good fight. I'd probably edge to Valdez. Let me tell you, Team Batman, you're right. If that was Valdez that landed that left hook, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Navarrete might have been sprawled out on the canvas like Burchelt. I mean, I'm just saying, man. All right. I'm just saying, guys. But it was a hell of a fight, man. That's right. You're right, Art P. It was a hell of a fight. Um This was, man, man. I'm so excited to see if the Valdez fight does happen, man, which there should be no reason why it shouldn't. Let's see here. Actually, now because Navarrete looks so vulnerable at 130, makes the Valdez fight even more appealing. Yeah. And look, I've said this before, okay, about Navarrete and what he's doing. You know, he's been in the layup drill line, recently. He's had a lot of easy fights, a lot of fights of guys that were just, a lot smaller, guys that we don't know sometimes. This guy was a guy that came out of nowhere because Valdez got hurt. And to his credit, man, he came in here and almost knocked this dude out. Almost knocked Vaquero Navarrete out. What was that? The fifth round, guys? I think fifth or fourth round that happened. Oh my god, that was fucking crazy, man. He was doing a lot of pull countering, man. He's making him come in, taking, leaping back with him, and then countering him as he was coming in. Great game plan by Wilson, But like Team Batman said earlier, Navarrete got stronger, and he had a dead man in front of him. He did. And he just couldn't finish the job, man. And that's why you have to close the show, man. That's exactly why you have to close the show, because you just never know what could happen. And because you couldn't get him out of there, look what happened. Navarrete recovered, got stronger. Wilson got a little bit weaker. And that's what happens, man. That's what happens, guys. So, incredible fight tonight, man. Incredible fight. Yeah, man, the God, I just cannot wait to see that Valdez fight. Man, that's going to be something special, guys. And like Valdez said, they want to try to make it a trilogy like the great fights of Mexican history. Morales, Barrera, those fights were just great fights. I still go back and watch them every now and then when I got nothing to do, want to watch an old fight. Any three is good. And Navarrete, he's going to have to come in a little more well prepared, man. I've been saying this the last couple fights, that I think that he's been kind of going through the motions out there. Not really to me anyway, not looking like he's taking the fight very seriously, very nonchalant in a lot of his fights. So, and this one here, like, look, maybe he took this guy a little lightly too. I don't know. But look, credit to him, he recovered, man. But he was still hurt in that next round, and Wilson, look, he was patient. After that, I think he was a little bit weary that, hey, maybe don't want to go all out, because this guy is wild and unorthodox with his shots. And, you could get caught with something. So, yeah, man, it's a tough decision. What's going on, Rolling with the Punches? It's a tough decision to kind of go after and attack a guy like that, because he is so wild and throws punches at these weird angles and these weird times. So, but man, he was fucking out on his. He was gone, man. Navarrete was gone. He was so bad, But that's exactly why we love this sport so much, man. That's exactly why we love it so much, because anything could happen at any time. And when you leave the door open like that, man, you just never know what could happen. And unfortunately for Liam Wilson, he left the door open and Navarrete crept in and stole the fight. That's what happened, man. So credit to Navarrete for not giving up and continuing to push on. If anybody wants to call in, there it is, guys. I'm so tired right now, man. Like I said, I was not planning on going live because like most of you probably, I kind of anticipated Navarrete just rolling through, rolling through this guy, but that was not the case, man. Yeah, man, it was a good fight. Good fight. Man. Man. I can't stop smiling thinking about Valdez versus Navarrete. Oh, that is gonna be something special, guys. That is gonna be something special, because uh the styles are great. Both guys have shown vulnerability in their career, resiliency. Um, it's got the makings of a great fight, man. And there was a pretty decent crowd. Now you could tell that they, didn't sell out the place. They had probably about 3/4 of the arena blocked off, but looked like a good crowd, a lively crowd for a guy who's really unknown here in the United States, and Liam Wilson. So, if Navarrete fights anybody that's kind of semi-popular, I guess it probably does a little bit more than what it did tonight. But I know Valdez has got a following in that area, so um, it could be a big fight, could be a big sellout there. And man, depending on the date, shit, I might take my ass out there, man, and watch that fight in person, because that fight is gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great. But I've done enough talking, man. If anybody wants to call in, the phone numbers on the screen, you can give me a call. I'm gonna be here for another 20 minutes, man. That's all I got tonight, man. I am so tired. That's why I haven't been on lately, man. I just been so busy with the family and sleep. Haven't been getting a lot of it, but I'm here. Met you guys, man, after a good fight like that. What's going on, Dimitro G? Yeah, man, definitely a fight of the year candidate, no doubt about it. No doubt. Early. It's still early in the year, but that one's gonna go in the hat for candidate for fight of the year, and probably the best fight so far this year. No doubt about it, man. Um, Co-feature Arnold Barbosa Jr. versus Jose Sniper Pedraza turned out to be an interesting fight, man. Let's see, Navarrete finally at a weight class where he can drop people and get dropped hard. Yeah, for sure. Uh, I scored that fight. Now, if you guys have heard my post fight video, I scored a draw. Let's see, Dominique Fitzgerald says, I got Valdez late stoppage, but it's gonna be fun. Oh my god, it's gonna be great, man. But what did you guys think about Barbosa tonight? A lot of talk about him possibly getting a fight, a championship fight here soon. Uh, this performance here, man, I felt like that. The switch from orthodox to southpaw for Pedraza was, man, really did it changed the momentum of the fight, man. What's going on, Renee Box Young? How you doing, man? Um, the first 4 rounds of the fight were no doubt about it. Arnold Barbosa, man, he was boxing beautifully, not over moving, right? Not being too defensive, was using his foot to get in and out of range and doing a great job of counter punching. We got a call coming in, guys. Hold on. All right, one of my favorite guys in the YTBC on the line, Boxing a Story. And what's going on, bro?
What's good, G-Funk? How you doing?
I'm great, man. I'm I was getting ready to go to sleep, man, and then this fight woke me up, brother.
Oh my god, bro! Hey, if it wasn't for guys going live on YouTube, I would have thought this. I thought the Navarrete Wilson fight was tomorrow.
Yeah.
I completely didn't watch the Nico Ali Walsh, Richard Torres. I caught Pedraza and who was the really good boxer?
Barbosa Jr.
Barbosa Jr. That was a really good technical fight. That dude got a lot of skills, man. He's a threat at 130. 140. Excuse me, 140. He's a definite threat. He made Pedraza look pretty ordinary. Pedraza did what he had to do, though. He was successful in certain rounds, but Barbosa's a real. I think he'll stop he'll get a late stoppage on Teofimo Lopez, man.
It's a good fight. Yeah, I would love to see it, man.
I would too. I'd love to see Teo get his mouth zipped up once and for all. He getting a little annoying. But,
yeah, man. But it was a good fight, man. I felt like the switch to southpaw for Pedraza in the middle of the fight kind of stifled that momentum that Barbosa had going there. But he gets the win. I felt it was a close fight, man. So I'm not gonna complain about him. He had a couple wide scorecards, but man, if we could get that fight, that'd be great. There's some heat there too, so that makes the fight a little more interesting.
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely some heat, and it needs to happen. 140 is getting really stacked right now, so they need to do a tournament system. Honestly, with all the talent that's at 140, it's probably the deepest division of boxing right now. Honestly, if you really want to go down the line, but
140 is stacked, man, but 126 is as well, and they're getting busy down there too.
Oh yes, they are. Yeah, with Inouye and Fulton. So, but boy, this is already a fight of the year candidate.
Yes, it was. Yes, it is, man.
I thought, bro. Here's the thing: going into the fight, I thought this dude, Liam. I was like, okay, I've seen him fight. He's a generic boxer, but he does have a pretty good punch with the left hook, and he does have presence, and he's a big guy compared to Navarrete. Navarrete's a big guy for the other weight class, but moving up, we'll see what happens. First 2 rounds, he was doing very well, with the sporadic movement, the different angles and the lead uppercut that he likes to throw and the hooks and the work rate that he likes to do, which keeps you, which is sporadic offense, which keeps you kind of guessing. But, when you're polished and poised, or if you just kind of just time the guy, you can get a good opening on him. And that's what happened when he dropped him in that 4th round. I was like, oh, shit. Because I was thinking that's what the dude was waiting for, and he caught him, dropped him. And, I think he was a little gamesmanship on his part. Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying to do, took like 7 seconds with his mouthpiece, but it is what it is. But still, he was able to survive, weather the storm. Because I thought in those 2 rounds within that happening from round 4 to 5, he could have got stopped.
Yeah,
but he battled back, and I was like, man, and then he comes back and drops him and starts and figures him out. I'm like, oh shit, man, this is the reason why I like this motherfucker right here, bro. That's why Navarrete one of my favorite fighters. I mean, number one, he punch hard. So, I favor punchers, but 2, he's a unique fighter. But 3, the motherfucker comes to fight and he got heart and he moved up in a weight class. I mean, for him to do what he did to this dude, up and coming contender, we don't know what he might look like 2 or 3 fights from now, but he fought a guy that's a legitimate contender, and he went up there in a weight class he'd never been at and beat the dude and came back with in dramatic fashion. I mean, that's the reason why I like watching that motherfucker, man. I don't know about you.
He's a bad dude, man, and he's shown tonight. This is the first time we've really seen him look vulnerable like that. And he was out on his feet, man, in that 4th round. And like you said, pulled out the veteran tactics, took his sweet time, putting the mouthpiece back in, but seconds matter in a fight like that. And when you're trying to recover, and look, it paid off in the long run because he was able to recover and come back and stop this guy. And that's what makes his fight with Oscar Valdez coming up here by the end of the year. Oh my God, that is going to be such a great fight because both guys have shown the ability to, be resilient. They've both been down and gotten up to stop their opponents. I mean, Valdez has fought him with a broken jaw before and beat guys. Like, it's got all the makings of a great and classic fight, man, that we're going to be talking about for years and years afterwards, man. I just cannot wait. I am so excited for that.
Oh man, And look, I don't know about the boss about. I don't know. Here's the thing about Oscar Valdez. I mean, I don't know how much of an excuse it is. You have this clown. I mean, this cat has a goddamn crocodile or I guess it's an alligator as a pet.
Yeah.
And don't get it twisted. I would love to have a lion as a pet. I would love to have a silverback as a pet because those are two of my favorite animals. But God damn it, I'm not gonna have no alpha male type fucking animal. Honestly, like a alligator. They known for chopping motherfuckers' hands off. You know what I'm saying? Those are some vicious animals. And you're talking about, he bit me. Well, no shit, he bit you.
Right.
And then you're talking about you got hurt. You got hurt by another animal. Like, look, I love animals. Don't get it twisted. I'm an animal man. But you're using that shit as an excuse as to why you're hurt. And like, I didn't like. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I didn't like that, bro. Like that. Just now, honestly, that him and Valdez is going to be a good fight because Valdez he has a good chin and he has a good punch.
Great left hook. Yeah.
He's not really good left hook. I mean, he has a good punch and he's a very aggressive guy. Even though it didn't help him against Shakur, but him and Navarrete would be a really good fight. But as far as that fight is concerned, I mean, I would love to see it definitely. I mean, I think this is where, honestly, though, Navarrete, I think, peaks out at this weight class.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, this should be his natural weight class outside of the, mass cutting a lot of these guys do. So,
yeah.
But that would be definitely a good fight, though, at 130, right? 130?
Yeah, this is at 130, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for in that fight.
No, that's a great analysis, man. And I think you're right. This is probably going to be Navarrete's peak in prime weight for the rest of his career. He who knows? He might end up, if he fights another 5-6 years or so, might end up 135, 140 towards the end of his career. But I think right here is where he's going to be, I think, at his strongest and at his best, I think, man. And he showed tonight again. Yeah, he got hurt, got caught with a big shot, but he recovered, and a guy who at 126, we know he was busting out at the seams. Maybe he might not have recovered so quickly at 126 if this fight was still there, because of, like you said, these guys kill themselves to make weight, and all that stuff matters, especially when you're trying to recover from a hard shot like that. So, yeah, I agree, man. This is going to be his peak and best weight, I believe. And I feel the same way with Valdez because Valdez is kind of a smaller guy, but I do anticipate him probably moving up to 135 eventually. But I think his best work is going to be here at 130 for both guys, man. So it's a sensational fight, man. And you know what? How about this right now, man? When that fight gets announced and it's official and everything, we break this thing down together, you and I, man. What do you say?
Oh yeah, no problem, man. I'll definitely make time for it. Shit, look. I like to analyze fights. I love the pugilist aspect in the sport. So definitely, if you want me to come on and break it down, hey, no problem.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I love talking boxing with you and sports in general, man. We've done shows on other sports too. So yeah, it's gonna be cool, man. But hey, I before I let you go, man, I did get Brian Toohey, the author of The Fix Is In. And The Fix Is Still In. He's committed to an interview. He just hasn't given me a date yet. Oh,
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll make sure that you're there for that one, bro, because that's gonna be a great show.
Oh, that would be a great show, man. And you know what? And what's crazy? A lot of before I go, you have Larry Johnson that came out and did the interview and he started alluding to it, but now he's really fully just going out and saying it. Adrian Foster, the same thing, saying he actually came out and said, look, the NFL's rigged. And look, all these games and, look, and let's just be honest, some of these top level boxer fights, not all, but even in all these sports have rigging going on. So definitely, I would love to talk about
that. Yes, sir. We're going to be leading up to that one, man. And as soon as I get a date, I'll be putting it out there for all you guys. Again, make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on that show. It's gonna be great, man. But hey, bro, appreciate the phone call as always, man. And we'll talk behind the scenes about setting up a show in the future, man.
Oh, no problem, no issue, man. Hey, keep rocking, G Funky. You got a good show going.
Absolutely, brother. Appreciate your call, man.
No problem. Take care.
All right, let's give him a hand. Boxing historian 206 right there, man. That's my guy. I've known him for a long time. He's been around the YTBC just as long as I have. So always good to talk with him, man. And boxing learners here, rolling with the punches. Dimitri G, Renee Box Young. Appreciate all you guys. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the like button, guys. All right, hit the notification bell. I'm gonna be here another 10 minutes or so, guys. Hit me up if you want to talk about this fight, whatever you want to say about it, or any of the other fights on the undercard. Numbers right there above me, right here. Give me a call. Richard Torres gets another first round knockout to nobody's surprise. I told my wife as soon as the fight started, I said, this fight could be ending quickly. And of course, it does end very quickly. And yeah, man, I want them to just continue to keep him busy, Um, I know that they're kind of moving him slow as far as like the level of competition goes so far, but yeah, want to see him stay more active. And then they're gonna, they just gotta trust the matchmakers, man. When you're at this level, he's an Olympian. They're not gonna put him in there with anybody too dangerous right now, this early in his career. Puerto Rican Rum is here. What's up, man? So yeah, I mean, he's a fun fighter though, man. He's gonna be a fun fighter. Another one, my guy Lendolfo Delgado, the Mexican Olympian, fought tonight as well. He fought Clarence Booth on the undercard on the ESPN Plus card. Man, that guy, I'm really impressed with him, man. His last fight that he had against Omar Aguilar, that was a good fight. The first 3 rounds was, I mean, back and forth, but once Delgado controlled that range with the jab, and he's got such a sensational jab, man. Once he was able to control range behind that jab, the fight was over, and the same thing tonight. Booth was a tough guy. He came in with the high guard, the peekaboo, was letting the hands go a little bit early. But as soon as he established range, was working off that jab, started to pierce through the middle of that high guard, go around it, stick jabs to the body, and broke him down, man. In the 8th round, he went down and he was badly hurt. Now it was an only 8-rounder, so he was able to survive that round. And but he was breaking him down round by round. You could see it after 3-4 rounds. He was starting to fade. So that's a prospect that I'm going to continue to keep my eye on, man. I really like what I see from that young guy. Let's read some comments here. I would love to see Navarrete versus Hector Luis Garcia. Good fight too. Just don't know if we'll get it. We know cross promotion. But hey, we'll see, man. It's always good to be optimistic, man. And I'm always optimistic. You guys know that. Dimitro G says, G Funk, did you know Nico Ali Walsh is a Oh man. You know what? Let's talk about him real quick, man. I'm glad you brought him up. He fought tonight, gets a 6-round unanimous decision in that fight. Look, offensively, I think there are some things that I've seen him improve on. I think he's punching better in combination. I wish he'd went to the body a little bit more tonight. But man, his defense is really, really not there yet. This guy was in there ducking low and then coming up with these wild punches, and he was getting hit with too many of those wild shots, man. Like, a top prospect should not be getting hit with wild shit like that, you know? And to me, it shows me that he's gonna he's got to tighten up the defense, man. Eddie here in the chat says Valdez is gonna kill him. I think Valdez is gonna beat him too. I do too. It's gonna be a sensational fight. But yeah, I don't like how he's so straight up when he's punching. I don't see him, again, when you punch, I don't see him bringing the hands back for defense, not moving his head much. And that's why he's getting hit with a lot of those wild shots, man. So look, Nico Ali Walsh, again, I know he's new to the sport, but but he's, in my opinion, he's got a ways to go before we can really take him serious. I feel like the commentators were doing an awful job of trying to lead viewers into thinking that this is something right now, like, oh man, he looks great. I like what I'm seeing here. Like, I mean, he was in a lot of 50-50 exchanges, and you cannot be in a 50-50 exchanges with guys like this, you know. Now, credit to him, he took these wild shots and survived the fight and won the fight. But again, you got to improve on that defense, man. So Valdez held back in the interview, and Navarrete was wobbled and he was out on his feet, bro. He was out on his feet in that round. I believe it was round 5 or round 4. Can't remember which round it was that he got dropped, but he was hurt very badly. And again, went to the veteran tricks. Uh, made sure he took his sweet time putting in that mouthpiece, spit it out too, so he could get some extra time. And he needed all the time he could get, man. He was hurt. He was badly hurt, but hey, he recovered, man. So we got to give him that. And he came back and won. So it was a sensational fight, man. A lot better than I anticipated. And that's the main reason why I'm here right now. Because believe me, guys, I was ready to pass out after this fight. I'm so tired. I was ready to go to bed. I was just going to make a quick post-fight video about the fight because I didn't think this guy was going to be much of a challenge. But hey, he came here tonight to win. He didn't come to lay down. I think he understood, I'm on foreign soil. I'm coming from Australia. I'm a replacement guy. Nobody here knows me. And, fuck it. Why not? Why not go out swinging, man? And he did it. He almost ended the fight, man. He almost won by knockout. You see, Liam W. always going to think about not finishing the job. Yeah, it's a tough decision, though, man, when you're in there against a guy like Navarrete, who's so wild and unorthodox and is not afraid to let the hands go. You could be in the middle of trying to finish, and then he throws something wild that you don't see, and you get clipped, and then your night's over. So, yeah, it's a tough thing, man. But look, I think he, even in the loss, he, earned respect, and it's again, it's not a. I hate to use the moral victory thing, but he did win some fans over tonight, I think. And that's good. Now they're going to want to see him again. Top Rank might put him on another card again. So that's money for him. That's more exposure for him. So good for him. Good for him. So he almost ended him twice. Yeah, he did. He had him hurt, I think, a couple rounds later again. So again, Navarrete shows some vulnerability tonight. Gets dropped, hurt badly, but recovers to come back and win. And I'm excited, man. Boxing's been good last 2 weekends. We had Beterbiev and Yard in a really good fight. And then now Liam Wilson kind of shocks the world with his performance, Hurts Navarrete, almost knocks him out. So true, Liam just earned himself a couple of fat chicks. Absolutely, man. And that's what you want to see from these type of guys, man, And that's exactly why I always tell you guys to support these local shows in your area, the smaller type promotions, because those are the type of guys, if they have the good performances, guess what? A Top Rank will call them up, to say, hey, look, we saw what you did. Let's bring you up. You fight one of our guys. And if they perform well on that card or win possibly, boom, money right there. You know what I'm saying? Salute the Top Rank. They're doing it right, man. They're doing it right. So, guys, I hate to do this, man, because it was such a good fight, but I can't hang anymore, man. I have not been getting a lot of sleep these days, bro. But I do appreciate all you guys for being here, man. I really do. I'm going to end the show. Thank you all so much for joining me here. I know, again, only 30 minutes. I just can't go on anymore, man. I really need to get some rest. I got a long drive ahead of me tomorrow as well. But if anybody wants to follow me on these social medias up here, there they are right there. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. This has been a great night of fights, man. I appreciate all you guys for being here. And we'll see you guys on the next one. That's right. See you at the next one, man. Till the next one, guys. This is G Funky Boxing. I'm out. Have a good night.